Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today we are going to talk about the nervous system and the neurons which makes up the nervous system. Let's understand the function of the nervous system in our body. Human body performs a large number of different physiological functions, and these functions of the different organs are not independent or isolated. The functions of various organs of our body, like the digestion, respiration, excretion, and so on and so forth, must be controlled and coordinated in a harmonious manner in order to maintain homeostasis. Remember, homeostasis is maintaining constant internal environment where the different organs of our body can function efficiently. Let's understand what's coordination. Coordination is the process by which two or more organs of our body interact. Not only do they interact, they also complement the function of one another. Just to give you an example, during physical exercise, energy requirement of our body increases in order to maintain that muscular activity. This will automatically lead to increase in need of oxygen. That leads to increased respiration. Heartbeat, blood flow, function of the kidney, the liver, and all the other organs of the body also get accelerated. Now, these functions need to be coordinated and they are all related. Now, nervous system and the endocrine system, these are the two systems which brings about this coordination and control of the organs. Remember, nervous system is not present in plants. Remember, I told you, the nervous system is made up of neurons. And there's another cell which are known as the glial cell. Now, these neurons are the workhorses, whereas these glial cells, what do is, they are supporting cells. They provide nourishment and they are useful in removing the waste, including dead neurons. Now, neurons are the longest cells in a human body. They have all the organelles which are present in a normal animal cell, but they lack centrosome. The lack centrosome means they are unable to divide after birth. They need continuous supply of oxygen and glucose. Now, there are two important characteristics of the neurons. One is irritability. Irritability is the ability to initiate nerve impulses or the ability to get excited on receiving an impulse. The second one is conductivity. Conductivity is the ability to transmit impulses. Neurons detect and receive impulses from the sense organs like the eyes, ear, nose, skin. These are known as our receptors, and they receive these in the form of stimuli. Then what do is they transmit it to central nervous system. Central nervous system comprises of the brain and the spinal cord. They are the centers where processing of the stimulus takes place. Processing means analyzing and interpreting the stimulus. Then finally, they transmit the impulse to the organs in order to produce proper responses of the body. Now, the nervous system of organisms perform three basic functions. First, number one, they receive sensory impulses from either external or internal environment. Second is processing, that is analyzing and interpreting the impulse. That is done by our brain and the spinal cord. And finally, the third function is to transmit the nerve impulses from the central nervous system to the effector organ in order to produce responses of our body. The neurons, which make up the nervous system, they are the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. Now they are composed of the cell body, the dendrite, the axon, and finally the axon terminal. The cell body, which is also known as the cytone or perichiron or even soma, they contain a large amount of granular nucleoplasm and a prominent nucleus. The nucleoplasm contains rough endoplasmic reticulum, and those rough endoplasmic reticulum are known as Nissen's granules, and they are mainly meant for synthesis of proteins. The cell body forms the gray matter of the central nervous system, that's the brain and the spinal cord. Now the dendrites. The dendrites are the small finger-like projections which arises from the cell body. And what do? Is they bring in the information towards the cell body. The stimulus is brought into the cell body. And finally, we have the axons. Axons are a long process which arises from the cell body. And they conduct impulse from the cell body away. They take impulses from the cell body away. Now, there are two types of axons. That is myelinated and non-myelinated. Now, myelinated axons are those which are enveloped by Schwann cells, known as your myelin sheath. Remember, these myelin sheaths are not continuous. There are interruptions. They are interrupted, and those non-myelinated gaps or constrictions are what are known as node of Ranvier. The myelin sheath, what it does is, it acts as an insulating material. Not only insulating material, but they also help to speed up the rate of conduction of nerve impulse. Whereas the non-myelinated ones, they do not have myelin cover, and they are mostly found in our brain and the spinal cord. Whereas myelinated ones are the ones which are found in the cranial and the spinal nerves. The neurons are basically of three different types: sensory or afferent, which carries impulses from the sense organs to the central nervous system. And these are the neurons which makes up our sensory nerves, like the optic nerve and the auditory nerve. Second, we have the motor or the efferent. These are the ones which transmit impulses from the central nervous system to the effectors. Effectors may be your muscles or the glands. And the third type of neurons may be mixed or associated, which lie entirely in the central nervous system. All right. That wraps up the first part of the nervous system. I shall be covering up the remaining part in the coming videos. In the meantime, don't forget to hit that like button and follow my account. Until then, goodbye and stay safe.